Hey, what's good, guys? This is Bryan with Simple Man's Comics in collaboration with Comic Book Speculation and Investing. In this video, I'm going to tell you guys about my picks from DC Comics that are coming out in June, which you can pre-order right now during the month of April. All these picks are coming from April's previous catalog, which I've shown on the screen right now. Also, remember, by pre-ordering these comics, you can save anywhere between 20 to 50% off the cover price. You can pre-order online and check with your local comic store, see if they offer pre-orders. Also, if you're going to your local comic store, check to see if they offer a discount by doing pre-orders. If they don't offer the discount, pre-order online and have them shipped directly to your house. Either way, let's go ahead and get this kicked off. First up, we have Action Comics number 981 and 982. Now, this is going to be parts 3 and 4 to the Revenge story arc. Superman and Suicide Squad are going to take on General Zod, Cyborg, Superman, and the Eradicator and Mongol as well. Be aware, there's also a 1-for-1 variant for this by Gary Frank for both of these issues. Alright, now bear with me because these next few titles, everything's going to get a little bit crazy. Either way, next up we have All-Star Batman number 11. This is part 2 to the first Ally storyline. Batman races to track down his new nemesis before another murder rocks Miami. But the old secrets revealing unsettling truths about his closest ally. What dark accords will the Dark Knight make in order to stop true evil? There's a regular cover for this by Rafael Albuquerque. There's another variant for this by Rafael Albuquerque. And there's also a Fiumara variant for this as well. All of them seem to be 1-for-1. Take your pick, pre-order what you like. Bane Conquest number 2. This is issue 2 of 12. Bane gets captured by a charismatic cult leader who's trying to build his own criminal empire. But just ask anyone from Bane's childhood home, trying to keep Bane in prison rarely ends well. This is written by Chuck Dixon, and art's going to be by Graham Nolan. Batgirl number 12. Troubled Waters. Terrifying creatures threatening members of the Burnside YMCA, but no one can catch it. It's up to Batgirl to plunge into the unknown depths and risk being zapped out of existence to put an end to the danger. There's a regular cover by Dan Mora. There's also a 1-for-1 variant by Francis Manapul. Batman issues number 24 and 25. Issue number 24 is titled Aftermath. Gotham is at peace, but there's a war coming. Batman propositions one of his enemies that's going to change everything for the Dark Knight himself and his allies. Issue number 25 is part 1 to the War of Jokes and Riddles. It's going to be an extra size anniversary issue. Both of these are going to have regular covers and 1-for-1 variants by Tim Sale. Batman the Shadow number 3. This is issue 3 of 6. Joker's entered the fray and he's been offered unspeakable power in return for helping the Stag kill Batman. It's up to the Shadow to protect Batman from the pair's combined onslaught and the mystical powers of Shambhala. This is written by Scott Snyder and Steve Orlando. It's going to be art by Riley Rossmo. There's a regular Riley Rossmo cover. There's a 1-for-1 variant by Riley Rossmo. There's also a 1-for-1 variant by Tim Sale. Batwoman number 4. This is the Many Arms of Death finale. It's written by Margaret Bennett and James Tenney IV. It's got a regular cover by Steve Epting and a 1-for-1 variant by J.G. Jones. Now, both Epting and Jones have been killing the covers on this title, so I'm just going to pre-order both. Now, here we have, in my opinion, the big title coming out of DC in the month of June. It's Dark Days of the Forge number 1. Darkness comes to the DC Universe with the mystery of the Forge. Aquaman, The Flash, and more of DC's pantheon of heroes suspect Batman of hiding a dark secret that could threaten the very existence of the multiverse. This is going to be written by Scott Snyder and James Tenney IV. It's going to have Jim Lee and various other artists attached to it. There's a regular Jim Lee cover. There's an Andy Kubert variant cover for this, and there's a John Romita Jr. variant for this as well. Deathstroke number 20. This is the epilogue to the Lazarus Contract, and in it, Deathstroke picks up the pieces of his life following the traumatic events in the Lazarus Contract. A threat years in the making boils to the surface when an old friend becomes a mortal foe. There's a regular cover for this. There's also a Shane Davis 1-for-1 variant. Detective Comics number 958 and 959. There's going to be part 1 and part 2 to the Intelligence story arc. Azrael finds a new home in Gotham City. Unfortunately, someone from his old home with the Order of St. Dumas has found him. The Order unleashes a bizarre new evil on the world. Also, in 959, Batman is on the trail of the shocking secret he learned at the end of the previous month's Batman Flash crossover, The Button. There's a regular cover for this. There's also 1-for-1 variants for each by Rafael Albuquerque. Harley Quinn issues number 21 and number 22. This is going to be part 1 and 2 to the Red Roses story arc that have regular covers by Amanda Connor, and they'll both have 1-for-1 variants by Frank Cho. The Frank Cho variants seem to be pretty popular. A lot of places sell out of them on the day of release. So if you're going to pre-order, I would pre-order the Frank Cho variants. Justice League number 22 and 23. There's going to be part 1 and part 2 of the Only Human story arc. Aliens live among us. Sometimes they're refugees from war-torn planets. Sometimes they're hidden. Sometimes they're our world's greatest heroes. But fear and prejudice threaten their lives when an anti-extraterrestrial group closes the borders around Earth itself. What is the One Earth movement? And how can the Justice League exist when all aliens are outlaws? There's a regular cover for this. There's also a 1-for-1 variant for both issues by Nick Bradshaw. Nightwing issues number 22 and number 23. There's going to be part 3 and part 4 to the Blockbuster story arc. Blockbuster's return to Bloodhaven has rocked the foundation of the criminal organizations, and Nightwing stands in the middle of the chaos. There's a regular cover. Also, there's 1-for-1 variants for both of these by Ivan Rice. Suicide Squad issues number 19 and number 20. Issue 19 is going to be the finale to Earthlings on Fire story arc, and issue number 20 is going to be part 1 to the False Flag story arc. Both of these issues are going to have regular covers by Tony S. Daniel and 1-for-1 variants by Portaccio. Superman issues number 24 and number 25. Now this is probably my favorite title to come out of DC's Rebirth launch, but in this you have part 5 and part 6 of the Black Dawn story arc. Man of Steel faces the one foe he refuses to fight, his son. Not only that, but in issue number 24, an emerging new ability for Superboy proves deadly to Superman as the promise of power appears to lead John Kent to betray his father. Also be aware there's a regular cover for both of these, and there's 1-for-1 variants by Jorge Jimenez. Teen Titans number 9. This is going to be part 1 to the Blood of Manta story arc. Steel dealing with the consequences of the Lazarus contract. Kid Flash's status with the team is challenged by Damian, and the Teen Titans will never be the same. Meanwhile, Aqualad learns more about his powers, and the truth about his lineage is revealed. There's a regular cover by Pham for this. Also, there's a Pantalina 1-for-1 variant. Titans number 12. Bad Omen. After the stunning events of the Lazarus contract rocked the Titans to the core and called into question the team's leadership, Omen discovers the shocking truth about their future, that one of their very own is destined to betray them, and it could be anyone. There's a regular Kenneth Rocafort cover for this. There's also a 1-for-1 variant by Dan Mora. Wonder Woman issues number 24 and number 25. Issue number 24 is going to be the epilogue to Godwatch. With Godwatch's purpose fulfilled, Diana and Kale are forced to confront the choices of the past and a new direction for the future. Issue number 25 is where writer Greg Rucka is going to weave together threads of The Lies, Year One, The Truth, and Godwatch. Every story arc in Wonder Woman since the start of DC Universe Rebirth launch era is going to be in this extra-size anniversary issue. Issue number 24 is going to have a regular cover by Biquis Evely, and issue number 25 is going to have a regular cover by Liam Sharp. Both of these issues are going to have variant covers by Jenny Friesen, which are going to be 1-for-1 variants. I myself have always liked the variants by Jenny Friesen over the regular cover, so that's what I'm going to pre-order. Wonder Woman Steve Trevor number 1. When Wonder Woman saves Steve Trevor from dying on the shores of Themyscira, his life and hers change forever. In this special issue, learn more about the tumultuous partnership these two have had over the years and get a hint at where it's going in the future. Have these two finally admitted they're meant for each other, or did the fates have other ideas? Now there's a regular cover for this by Paul Renaud. There's also a 1-for-1 variant for this by Yannick Paquette. Also be aware this is going to release June 7th. Wonder Woman, the movie, is going to release June 2nd. So pretty sure they're launching this at that time for a reason. Either way, I'm going to pre-order it. I'm interested in reading it. So there you have the DC comics that I like that will be coming out in June, which you can pre-order right now during the month of April. Also, I just want to bring to everyone's attention, if you like these 1-for-1 variants I keep discussing, of course I don't have the pictures for them yet because they don't release the artwork for it, but if you want them, you need to make sure you pre-order them because a lot of local comic book stores, they only order the regular cover. They don't order the 1-for-1 or the B cover. So if you want these, you need to make sure you let your local comic book store know you want them, and you need to make sure you pre-order them online. Either way. Anyhow, if you guys like this video, click that thumbs up button for me. If you guys want to see more of these videos, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing the Marvel previews next, and Image Comics, and Independent. Either way, I love making these videos for you guys. This has been Bryan from Simple Man's Comics, in collaboration with Comic Book Speculation and Investing, and I'll see you guys next time.